Since the time I watched Sapta Sagaradaache Ello Side A on Prime, I kept counting days until Part 2's release, as the movie took me by surprise when I wasn't remotely anticipating it. Enchanting visual storytelling, great screenplay, backed by brilliant performances by the leads Rakshit Shetty and Rukmini Vasant, which left me awestruck, and of course, the promising glimpse at the end of the next installment in Side A put me on a cliffhanger for quite some time. But now the wait is over. Sapta Sagaradaache Ello Side B is out in theaters. In this video, I'll be sharing my honest thoughts about the movie after watching it, whether it lived up to the hype or the sequel does justice to its predecessor. Let's find out in this review. Talking about the story, it resumes where it ended in the previous part. Manu is now released from prison after a decade-long suffering. A lot has changed during this time, but the pain of separation from Priya still haunts him. His inability to let go of the past and move on while facing a new set of challenges in the present forms the basic premise of the film. But this time, he does seem to have a companion to cope with in his new life in the form of Surabhi. But can she ever replace Priya's place in his heart? To find out, you'll have to watch the film, as I do not want to reveal anything beyond this point because Side B is a movie that should be experienced in theaters. The runtime of the film is roughly 2.5 hours, but trust me, it will pass like a breeze. Thanks to the engaging and tightly written screenplay by Gundu Shetty, co-written by Hemant Rao, who is also the director of the film. It beautifully encapsulates the aftermath of Priya and Manu's tragic love story, followed by some crucial developments involving other great characters from the first part. The screenplay, in fact, is one of the strong suits of the movie, which takes enough time for the world building while introducing new characters without missing a beat, allowing you to fully relate to and empathize with them. Rakshit Shetty's portrayal of Manu as a heartbroken yet persevering individual is top-notch. He steals the show every time he appears on the screen. His ability to communicate the angst of age-long suffering just through his eyes is not just praiseworthy, but a performance that's gonna last in your mind. Rukmini Vasant as Priya has once again delivered a terrific performance. The level of subtlety and nuance she brings into the portrayal of her character is commendable. Chaitra as Surabhi is equally brilliant and leaves her mark as one of the memorable characters from the film. Ramesh Indra as Soma is also terrifyingly good, with that everlasting evil smirk on his face. Another honorable mention would be Gopal Krishna Deshpande as Manu's comrade, but pretty much every actor from the cast has delivered wonderfully. Hemant Rao's direction is undoubtedly the driving force of both these films. His finesse and craftsmanship really shows up in each frame. Though the story isn't something that we haven't seen or heard before, the way it is presented is what makes all the difference. Be it his sensibility in handling all the characters without going overboard with emotions, which generally is the case with most of the tragic love stories out there, but also in beautifully presenting the story using visual elements to engage the audience, testifies to his mastery over the craft. Talking about visuals, Side B is a stark contrast to its previous installment. This is evident from the promotional material that you might have seen so far. With a darker tone and a gloomy theme, Side B keeps you aware of the drastic changes in Manu's life. Colors in these films behave as if they are distinct characters of the story, with red being more prominent throughout Side B as either a character's outfit, walls, or any other props that you see on the screen. This signifies the pain, void, and darkness in the characters' lives, as opposed to the lighter tones, the serene blue color, with a dreamy overlay on Side A, which signifies the love, aspirations, and dreams of Priya and Manu in the first part. And of course, the cinematography of the film is done tastefully by Advaita Gurumurthy. So is the music by Charan Raj, which complements the visuals beautifully. As a conclusion, all in all, it's a great film, technically sound club with lovely performances, as well as engaging story-wise. It is indeed a worthy sequel that delivers what it promises. So the only complaint of sorts to say for me would be the music, which is good but not extraordinary or something that will stay on your mind for a long time to come. Also, I feel there could have been a better conflict resolution as far as Prabhu's character is concerned because he felt somewhat underutilized in this film. But quite frankly, it is just me trying to find a needle in the haystack right now. If you aren't as picky, you'll surely have a good time watching this film. And I might have sounded as if I went overboard with praising this movie, but it is what it is, guys. It's a lovely film. So please go ahead and watch this movie. Book your tickets right away because this isn't a film that you should be missing out, especially while it's running in theaters. Also, do like and subscribe, especially if you're new to this channel, it would be really appreciated. Until next time, you're watching the Indicfilm.